Hi students, welcome to the MLA tutorial. So, what do we need to know about MLA? This is what you need to know. It stands for Modern Language Association. It is the style of formatting we use for the discipline of English and other humanities courses or liberal arts courses. You will also encounter APA, which is used in social sciences and other disciplines choose to do it. Even some English classes choose to use or teach APA. MLA is the one that makes the most sense for the type of writing that we do in here. So that's the one we use. And we're focusing mostly on just the format and not the source style. So MLA and APA have also to do with not just how it looks on the page, but the sources and how you cite the sources. But since we're not doing that type of paper for this essay, we're just going to focus on the formatting. Okay, so here's what you need to know. I'm going to try to make this quick. Everything's set up for you once you open your Word document. I am using Office 0365. Your Office 0365 probably looks very similar. If you're using another Word type of Word, a version of Word downloaded on your computer, maybe it's an older version, it might look slightly different. I still have to hover over these to remember what they are sometimes, and even though I use this every day. So you may have to do the same. Don't be afraid to click on things in your Word. And just as a reminder, every single student here at Coastal Bend has access to Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and all that stuff through their Office 0365 and their email. That's a package deal, so please take advantage of that and use it. And you can also download it on your computers too. Okay, so what do you need to know about MLA format? Use a font that is easy to read and acceptable by most instructors. Calibri, the body 11, is automatically set here, and I love it. It's easy to read. Please use it. It's a great font. The other ones that are acceptable, Times New Roman in 12 and Arial in 11 or 12. So those are the three basics. Okay, so I always say just use Calibri. It's already set there and you don't have to mess with it. One less thing to do, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a couple things here. I'm going to start with the header. Now, the header is the information that you need to have on your paper. We call that a header. It goes on the top left, not the top right, top left. Student name, okay, instructor name. Use a title if you aren't sure if your instructor has a doctorate. You don't know, like, do I call so and so doctor this or that? Or most college instructors have some kind of title. Professor, sometimes they're associate professors. If you don't know, ask, or you can just put the first name and the last name. It's up to you. The other thing you need to have is the class. Now, the title of the class, the real title. If you're taking this class is like a part of your dual enrollment. If you're a high school student, don't include the high school, whatever the high school is calling it on their side. Because this is college, we got to call it what it is at the college level, and it's English 1301. That's the only thing that should be there. The other thing is the date. Now, I want to talk about the date because in a header, it's really, really, really important. Please make sure dates are dynamic. Drafts and writing are dynamic. It's going to change. You're doing more than one draft. So this date better not be the same from the first draft to the final draft because those are due on different dates. Always update your dates, okay? So let's talk about titles. Titles are, we read a lot of things online. So we're used to seeing big, huge fonts and titles and all this extra. Look at me, I'm a title. You don't do that in MLA format. It's just boop, title of essay. It's very subtle. You don't do bold, you don't do underline, you don't do big fonts, you don't do different fonts. It's all the same. The thing that makes this stand out is it's a title. It's alone up here. That's what makes it stand out. So you don't need to draw more attention to it or highlight it or do anything weird. Just let that title be, y'all. Let it be. Okay. Oh, something else about titles. Let me show y'all this little, I always like to show you guys my little, oh, that's not it. This one. Okay, I'm going to a different screen, so I hope my I hope is following me. So Capitalize My Title is the name of this website, and it's great because look at all these different styles. Did you know that capitalization can change per style? Oh, yes, it can. So that's why you're like, I can't remember if I'm supposed to capitalize this word in MLA versus APA. So just put in your title of your essay. It capitalizes it for you. So you're like, okay, T, capital T, little o, because it's a preposition, and big E. All right, got it. And then you go back into your Word document and you checked yourself. You checked your capitalization, so you don't have to worry about it. Because I always see mistakes with capitalization of titles. That's one of the most common errors I see when it comes to MLA format. So little heads up there for all y'all watching this video. So the other thing I want to point out is spacing. If you notice that the spacing here is double space. It's all from here to here is double space, and from here to here is double space, and from here to here and here to here. So it's all evenly double spaced. If you're usually your double space, I think it's up here, line spacing. There you go. Now let me show you guys something too. That's double space. Sometimes you have to remove. Right now it says add because I already removed it all. But sometimes you have to remove the space after paragraph if it looks too big. So check this too. So one of the things that you need to make sure you do, I'm going to show you guys this, is hit your tab button. Make sure every paragraph starts with a tab, okay? Also, make sure when you go to the second paragraph, you still have just double space. You don't want space breaks like this. That's a big no-no. I know that that's what the websites do, but not academic papers. You don't want space breaks. You always want evenly spaced double space like this. Okay, so that's another big error I see in MLA format is when you space big, huge breaks between paragraphs. That's just looks horrible. So please do not do that. Okay, and the other thing I would like to show you regarding the MLA formatting, I called this a header earlier, and that is what I call it. That's usually what it's called. The other thing, there is another type of header, and I know it's going to be a little confusing, but I have to call that a header because that's what it's called here. Usually you can double space on this and it pops open a header, but that's not how it works in O365. But in other Word versions, it usually works to double click here to open it. But I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go to Header and Footer. And I'm going to show you guys what I did here. I'm going to delete it and do it again to show you. So I'm going to go to Page Numbers. And I'm going to add, you have to choose where it's going to be, top right. Now that symbol tells you there's going to be a page number in there. And then you put your last name with a space between that and the page number, and it's done. Now, you might come over here to the options. You don't need to mess with these most of the time unless you want to delete it, and just say same across every document, the whole document. Now, when I close this though, it's going to disappear. I don't know why the Office O365 version does that, but it does. There might be some secret I don't know about on how to make it show again. If you guys know the answer to that, let me know. But that's just what it does. Now, if I printed this, the page number and your name should be there. That's how it's supposed to work. And if you upload this document into, say, an assignment link that I provide for you, it should be there. But if it's not, I will, let me know. And if it's not, I won't count off because I know that can be a little confusing to go from Office O365 when you can't see it, or you forgot it's there, or you didn't. Anyways, you get the idea. So those are some of the things that you need to think about for how to format your paper in MLA and make it look so nice and easy to read. Just look at that. It's just perfect. Easy to read. That's what you want. You want your writing to be so easy to read. You don't want it to be weird or have big fonts and things that stand out and disrupt the reading. Okay? If you need another example, you can always Google tons of examples of MLA format. Just make sure you're getting it from a reputable source. Like there's lots of colleges and web pages from colleges and places that are reputable where you can find that. OWL Purdue is one place you can find lots of examples of MLA format. I think I've provided you some examples too. So use those. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.